Okay, this is a quick video walkthrough of the UPS battery replacement, moving from a LiFePO to a lead acid battery. First, take the top off. We're using a Keiko in this case. Top comes off, and we're going to try to line it up now in a way that keeps it away from the board, the UPS board that's right there. So push it up against the wall, grab yourself a Sharpie, mark the top and the bottom with a line, and then pick where you're going to put your stainless steel wire ties. I'm putting a line on each side as close as I can get. Now I'm darkening those, and I'm going to make sure that they are lined up. I take the included wire tie, pick one side, and just match it to the other side using those marks. Make sure that you drill on the inside of the lines. That way there is plenty of room for those wire ties to go through and grip. So right now I'm checking to make sure that the drill that I'm picking is bigger than the wire tie itself. That's important. I would suggest a little bit bigger. And that allows that wire tie to grip in a better way. So I'm on the inside of the line, lined up with the marks that I made, and drilling the hole. Be careful that you don't pick a drill with a nib on the end unless you're being very careful, because you can punch right through the enclosure if you're not paying attention. In this case, I had a nib on the end, and I'll show you here in a second that why not to pick it, and we'll see that you do better off with just a standard drill. And of course, Starbucks coffee, very important for every job. So there's the nib I'm talking about. Be easier if you just didn't use that, use a standard drill bit. Okay, so we've got the holes drilled. Now we're going to take it apart, pull the back panel off. There's a few screws to undo, and carefully lift the back panel out. Dump all of the stuff that you just drilled out of the unit. Pick up your 25-inch stainless steel wire ties that were included in the kit. Thread them through those holes, making sure that they are aligned correctly, meaning that there is a bottom and a top, so you have to double check. Now we're going to put the Scotch 130C tape on the back of this. This keeps the battery from sliding around, and we also use it to keep the wire ties from digging into the battery themselves. So we're going to put 2 strips on the face that has the writing on it so that we can get the terminals in the right direction. 1 full strip of this, and typically these will come already done, so you don't have to do it, but just in case, this shows you how to do it. It's not very complex. A couple strips to cover up the edges where those wire ties are going to go. And that way you have a little bit of cushion, and another cup of coffee, or drink of coffee. So now we're going to remount the back panel, now that we've cleaned it out and put the wire ties in. Line the battery up, push it up against the side, and begin to tighten those down. Got your 1 by 1 inch mounting bases. We're going to use 2 and put them close to the bottom, making sure to line them up with the wire tie location. This is just extra insurance. It's almost not necessary, but it is extra insurance. So feed those through, making sure to put the wire tie in a spot where the end can be cinched down without getting in conflict with other stuff. So I also pinch the sides in to try to get as much slack out of it as I can, and then you clip them off about a 1/2 inch from the end using a pair of dikes. And once you've done that, you need to start folding underneath using a pair of needle nose pliers. Those needle nose pliers, you'll fold it under once, and then you'll pinch it together to make sure it's tight, and you'll fold it under again. You're going to try to do 3 or 4 times depending on how much slack you've left. And each time you do this, it's going to pull the wire tighter and also hold it in place. At this point, I had tried a L needle nose, and I moved back to a standard needle nose because of the way it worked out. So this seemed to work the best. Continuing to pinch and then twist, and that was nice and tight. So now you can also see that it clearly pinched the electrical splicing tape as well, so it puts some tension on that, so you know it's nice and tight. Okay, we're done. Another nice sip of good old Starbucks, and it's time to put the lid on. And the next step after this is to make sure that your UPS programming is correct for the battery type and the wave rider or old style droplet type.